Me neither, but I'm going to try. We're ready? We're talking about Molly. Welcome, guys, to The Struggle with Candice Thompson. I'm Candice Thompson. Stop rolling your eyes, Mal. I will throw this bottle at you.
Say your name again, dude.
It's Candice Thompson.
Okay.
For new listeners, thank you for joining us. The Struggle is a podcast where we invite guests on to talk about the struggles of adulthood because we all know they're never ending. So thank you for tuning in. You can find me at Jokes by Candice on social media, Instagram and Twitter. That's what that is. And then you can find me on my website, CandiceThompsonComedy.com, for all my shows and touring dates. Now I'm going to introduce my stupid co-host, Mal Hall.
What an intro. Hey, everybody.
Sitting over there rolling his eyes the whole entire time that I'm talking.
Hi, everybody. This is Mal Hall speaking with Mal Hall's voice. And you could find me on social media at Mal Hall, my website, malhall.com, and YouTube, Mal Hall TV. Thank you.
That's it?
That's it.
All right. Now I'm going to introduce our fantastic guest for the day.
Why did this turn into a Brian Fellows sketch? Now I'm going to do this. Shut up, bird.
Stop that. I'm going to shoot that bird's eyes out. That's my favorite, Brian Fellow. Shout out to Tracy Morgan there. Now I'm going to introduce our fantastic comedian guest that we have today. Oh my gosh, he's so funny. You guys welcome the hilarious Caleb Synan.
Hello, I'm Caleb. You can find me at Mal Hall TV. I just stole his job. I thought it was fun.
Trust me, you don't want to be that guy.
No, that's what I do. I like to take people's
their social media identities.
Their handles.
Yeah, I got to get followers somehow. That's what I do.
Is that what you do?
No.
Just trying to steal followers in these streets?
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. Everybody's got to hustle.
Make your website similar to another website.
Yeah.
You know.
What are the popular websites?
Just anyone. Like
I really wonder, what are people going to that's not a social media? Like, what are just some sites?
Yeah, no, I don't
Walmart.
know. Well, I was going to say
Walmart
Target.
with 2 L's.
You feel Target's a good one?
Yeah.
No?
Or Target, but Target with like 2 T's. Or like, how would an idiot misspell Target?
Yeah.
And then direct that to your website.
Targot.
Yeah, Target.
Target.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. That's your new website.
Check me out on Target.
But for real, where can people really find you, Caleb?
Well, my last name is Synan, Synan, and no one knows how to say it or spell it. So,
Did I say it wrong?
No, you said it right.
Okay, good.
But most people say it wrong.
How do they say it? Synan?
Yeah, the Synan, Swinan, Seanan.
Swinen?
Yeah,
They just add letters.
Yeah,
So
people don't.
stupid.
It's not a common name, so people fuck it up in
But
a lot
still,
of
it's
ways.
still like phonetically spelled,
Oh,
right?
I'm on your side.
Yeah, like I look at it, I'm like, there's no other way.
People are
I'm with
stupid.
you.
I mean, my name is Mal, M-A-L, and they call me Mal on a consistent basis.
But I think that's also because your last name is Hall.
that has nothing to do
No,
with
I think it does because they see it together and they're like Mall Hall. Whereas
Mall
like
Hall. Yeah.
yeah, and
People
I'm not making excuses, but I think that is also contributing to it. Like if your last name was like Thompson, you would still be called like Mal Thompson, or someone would still say Mal Thompson, but I think it would happen less than if your last name was already Hall. It's a little like
People
especially
are
for
stupid.
dyslexic
People are stupid.
Well, people are stupid. You know I say that all the time.
Stop stepping up for them and making excuses.
I'm just trying to play devil's advocate. I'm just trying to play devil's aardvark. Okay?
Quiet, devil.
Yeah, I didn't come here to talk to the devil.
Caleb, we were just talking about how much fun we were having in Atlanta because you're from
it's the
Atlanta. You started
greatest.
stand-up in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And we were just there doing Laughing Skull Fest, which was an amazing time. And I talked about how I spiked
so
your
fun.
drink with Molly.
Can you do? Is Molly? What is it? Is it a pill?
I think it's a pill, but I'm sure if you crushed it up, like it could be administered like roofies, right? You could sprinkle.
Yeah, but just like
Into a
This
drink?
is the stuff we need to be broadcasting out to.
This is audio MA. You know, this is not for children.
Molly makes you like dancy and like.
I've never done it, but I'm curious. I would do it.
It makes you feel the beat. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's good because you're normally offbeat.
Yeah.
Right.
I've only done half a Molly because I was already stoned and drunk when the person asked me if I wanted. I was like, I think I already have too much in my system. They're like, you could do half. And I did half. And it was like
They would feel really bad if you died.
Yeah. But it was like when I was on that Molly, it was the only time I've ever like heard EDM music and been like, fuck yeah.
Well, that's a shame. That's not saying much for EDM music if that's what you have to take drugs for it
but
to
it's
actually
like a
sound
sensory. It's like a sensory experience when you're on it though, and you're like, this all makes sense now.
good. So I was gonna say because I know when we've done. Have you done shrooms before, Caleb?
No, I've never done those.
When we did shrooms,
Are those fun?
yes,
Okay.
Very fun.
so much fun. Like I think. Yeah, no, music affected me too. I was going to say maybe Molly is like, because when you take shrooms and you watch things and it's like visual,
Yeah.
you get a whole different experience. But with Molly, I was going to say maybe it's just music turns into something else. But like your visual stuff, did anything change?
No, I was just staring at this one girl that seemed to be dancing like to the music very well, and then I was aware that I was staring, but I didn't see anything like acid.
So it just makes you into a creep.
Yeah.
You just stare at women
Makes you super
with
creepy.
large breasts.
Super creepy.
But only half.
Yeah.
Only half creepy.
Can
Right,
you
you didn't
imagine
take
if I
the
took
full.
the full pill?
Oh, you
boy.
would've.
I'd be in jail.
Yeah,
Oh,
be like,
no.
you guys, did you hear about Mal? Just search Mal, sexual assault.
He kept saying the music made me do it. I don't know what that means.
The rhythm's gonna get you, just like Gloria Stefan
Oh, it
said.
does.
What's your struggle, Candice?
Okay, so my struggle for today is a really silly one, but nonetheless a struggle that happened. For anyone that knows me, knows that I love salads so much. Like I love salads. I make salads all the time. I go ham on them. I make like mixing bowls full of, a mixing bowl is like to mix the salad and then you portion it out and give to other people. I will eat an entire mixing bowl full of salad.
Right. It's guilt-free salad.
I mean, yes, I don't put
Totally
anything.
guilt-free, yeah.
Yeah, and it depends on what dressing you put on it, but I just put like olive oil and like lemon. So it's really good for you. And mung beans. Shout out to mung beans.
Shout out to Mung Beans, everybody. You can follow me at Mung Beans.
At mung beans.
Spelled both ways. Mung bean and mung bean.
That's at the end of it. Because you will have the toots after eating the mung beans.
Oh, you eat a whole bowl too?
I eat
Ooh,
what
boy.
I mean, not a whole bowl of mung beans. I sprinkle them on top. That's my protein that I put on my salad. So,
Okay.
but it's a decent amount. It's like half a cup of mung beans dried. So if you it's a lot. It's a lot, guys.
So like before this show, will you like not eat the monks because you don't want to fart up the studio?
Oh no, it won't happen that quickly.
Okay.
But like I was saying on a struggle, we had Rel Battle on this episode that just dropped today. My struggle that day was that I had to cancel a date because I ate too many Brussels sprouts.
So what did you use? Did you lie or did you?
Oh
say
no,
the
I
Brussels
told
sprouts?
because the person that I was going out with is a person that I know. So like, and I was like, he'll be fine with this. It wasn't like a blind date or like a first date with somebody I didn't know. So I was like, oh, we supposed to go out tonight, but I can't. And I told him why, and I just sent him the emoji with the little puff, the fart puff.
Oh yeah.
You've used that before, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just earlier
I'm a
today.
big emoji fan. I think it's really fun.
It's fantastic. Anything that can cut down on this time is
To
great.
be
Yes.
clear, I don't think that emoji is actual fart. I think that's like a puff of smoke. Like,
No,
boom,
that's
you
fart.
went really fast.
Then how come it appears when you type fart?
Does it?
Yeah.
So they know. They know.
They know what it is. They knew that eggplant wasn't an eggplant.
Yeah,
Come on.
How often are people even talking about that?
Eggplants, right. Why do I need an eggplant and a peach emoji?
Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah. The 3 drops, those 3 water drops.
Oh, yeah, that's not a
It's
sprinkler.
not raining
Everyone,
in 3.
yeah.
It's not raining. 3
Everyone
drops.
knows that skeet,
Yeah, come on.
and
Ah, skeet.
Type in skeet, see what pops
See
up.
what it autocorrects to. It's those 3 drops.
Dirty nerds at Apple.
Yeah.
Dirds. So my struggle today was I was making my salad and I'm putting like my seasoning on it, a little salt, little pepper, and I have the shaker, from Trader Joe's. It's like a pink Himalayan salt grinder that you have to, twist for it to come out in like sprinkles of salt or grains, I guess I should say. And the cap came off and
Oh,
it
boy.
fell.
You got a liberal amount of Himalayan salt.
But the good news was that it was in their rocks inside of the actual.
For our drug users, they look like crack
They
rocks.
do look like
but
little
they're
crack
pink.
rocks,
Yeah.
and then so that's why you have to twist it to get them into little grains. But
Is crack good? Have you guys done crack?
I've always wanted to try. I literally have a joke about this that I want to try.
Sweet.
If they were handing out crack samples at Trader Joe's, I would probably try it.
Well, I bet at Trader Joe's it'd be like local.
It's organic.
Fair
Local
trade.
crack.
Yeah. Farm to crack pipe. It's I've always said, and I fight for crack because I feel bad for it. I feel like it's I feel like it caught a bad rap somewhere. I feel like it's no worse than like meth. I really don't.
Yeah, meth.
But yet people are so ashamed of saying they've done crack.
Yeah, it really gets
People aren't proud of doing meth though.
No, but crack is the worst one.
Heroin?
Still, like famous people are talking, like they're all, not all of them, but like a lot of them are on heroin where a lot of them are like, I'm too good for crack. Come on. But they're on heroin. Like, what are you talking about?
Gotcha.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, crack.
I had a guy write me because I talked about this on stage one time, and then he sent me an email saying, I know someone who tried crack, and he said it was blissful. And I was like,
it's
thank
good.
you.
There's no way it's not good.
I know, but no one's saying that.
Yeah.
Whitney Houston, crack is whack. Like no one's championing crack. So I was like, I just want someone to write like one solid Yelp review about crack, and I got one.
Oh, I'm sure it's great.
I was very happy. He sent me an email to my website saying crack, 2 thumbs up. And I was like, that's all I've been wanting this whole entire time.
Isn't it? I bet that it's cheap, right? It's like cheap.
Of course, it
so
is.
People looked at like Little Caesars. People think it's like,
Yeah, crack is $5 hot and ready.
yeah. People don't want to admit to it.
That is why, yes, it is much cheaper than cocaine. But did you know this? And this is why racism sucks, is so that if you go to jail for crack, the sentence is longer than if you were to go to jail for cocaine, even though it's the same thing, because they know that crack gets distributed to lower income areas, and they know that it's usually brown people in those areas. So the sentence is longer for crack than it is for cocaine.
Yeah, wasn't that Reagan? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about politics. Is that Reagan?
No, he wasn't. Yeah, absolutely with the drugs. That was absolutely him and Nancy Reagan. That was them starting the war on drugs.
I've never done cocaine.
I won't. That's one I won't try. I won't try any of the really hard ones.
Come on. Let's do some coke. We're having fun here at the podcast.
Should we do coke during the day?
Is it a nighttime thing?
Is it responsibler to do it at night?
It's not responsible. It seems more like that. I feel like it's more appropriate in the nighttime. I feel like that's when all the dark things happen.
Let's take a quick break. Let's all do some coke.
And then come back. All right, guys. We'll be idiots. How did this go from my salt spill?
So you haven't done coke? You've never done that one?
No, you have?
No, I've never done anything.
Why? You've never done, what about weed? You've smoked weed.
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
Even my dad told me that didn't count. As a kid. My dad was like, don't do drugs, and if you do weed, don't do a lot. Like he was like,
Yeah.
He grew up in
That's
the
a good
60s.
dad.
Yeah.
That is a good dad. He was honest. I just want parents to be honest. Like if they tell kids what the deal is from jump, I feel like it would be, they wouldn't get into so much trouble later on. Like with having sex at an early age. If my parents had just come up to me and be like, Candice, you're going to have sex. Sometimes it's going to be amazing. You're going to really like it. But if you just wait until you're responsible enough to do it, make sure you have condoms and make sure it's with the right person. But my parents didn't say anything about sex.
At what age would you like that talk? Like 5?
8?
I would feel like such a hypocrite telling my kid that because sometimes it's really fun with the wrong person. Sometimes that's the best one.
Usually the craziest people are the best
the
ones.
The wronger, the better. Yeah. It's going to feel really good.
It's got to feel really right with the wrong.
Yeah.
If it feels too good, that's the wrong one.
Yeah.
That's not your wife.
That's how you know it's the wrong one.
Right.
If they are like too embarrassed to even let their roommates see you, that's when you're like, ooh, boy, that's good. But yeah, don't do coke.
Yeah, back to for the kids that are listening.
Wait, so you finished? So then you just scooped the salt out of your salad?
I tried, but a lot of it was also ingested.
Okay.
I couldn't just toss out the whole salad, so I was just upset. But the rocks fell to the bottom, but still, some of them were camouflaged and the leaves stuck to it, and I just had to. I can't have any more salt for the rest of the week. Is what I'm trying to say. I'm good. I probably have high blood pressure right now. I'm so thirsty. What is that? Is anyone else so thirsty right now? So that was my struggle for today. And again, not a big struggle, but I was very upset. And I was on a time crunch because I knew I had to come here. And I was like, son of a bitch. Now there's crack rocks all over my floor that I had to sweep up all over the counter.
That is a very LA struggle to be
my Himalayan pink salt. Also right now,
that sentence has never been said in Atlanta.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I know.
Of course not. Of course not. I'm just, I have issues with Trader Joe's, so this was not something that happened in their favor. I have issues. I like Trader Joe's, but only for specific things, and this did not help. But the fact that the lid of the salt just came
Himalayan
off.
salt just came off your Trader Joe list.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably they do that intentionally so you buy more quicker, right?
I'm never buying that salt again.
Oh, all right.
Never.
Are they a sponsor?
Oh, damn it.
Trader Joe's?
Oh, cut this out. No, no, they're not a sponsor. Mel, what was your struggle for the week?
This is quick and it's also stupid. But my birthday's coming up this weekend. And people, like my friends, are calling to ask me what I want for my birthday. And there's no...
You get birthday gifts?
Dude, I have pretty good friends. And they're asking me, like, sincerely, what do you want for your birthday? And it's a very awkward, like, question to, like, answer. Because I feel I enjoy receiving gifts, but it's weird when you tell people exactly what you want.
Yeah.
Because all the stuff I want is, like, expensive.
Yeah, of course. But who are your friends? Do they want more friends?
This is
Because I'll get gifts from like my family, like my
Right.
parents and my sister, but that's it. Like I don't have my friends, nor do I expect my friends to be like, "What do you want for your birthday?"
Yeah. Well, a lot of my friends are like normal. They're civilians with like actual jobs and stuff.
Yeah,
And so
that's what we call them.
Yeah.
You know that, Caleb.
I don't know. It's weird. It's nice to feel loved, but at the same time, it's like I can't be like, I want this thing.
Yes, you can.
No.
Why not? They asked,
I just tell them no. Just send a card.
but they're going to
I
get
know
you
that's
something.
lame.
Then you have a card.
Yeah, who wants that?
But at least I know, like, I don't feel guilty that they spent all this money on. I think I just have guilt that people would spend money on me.
But they want to. When they ask,
I don't know if they want to. I think they feel guilt. They're not doing it out of want. They are like, if I don't get him something, I'll feel guilty.
Yeah,
right?
maybe.
Yeah, it's all guilt.
Do they know that adults don't give other adults birthday gifts? Like, that's not a thing. Like, I haven't bought somebody a birthday gift that's outside of my family since I was probably 15. Like, who does, why are you making that face? You know people don't give birthday gifts to one another, right?
My friends give birthday gifts.
But I'm saying that's the exception, not the rule.
Do you have sleepovers still?
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
No, but we do have smokeovers, though.
Smoke over?
That's where we all gather at
That's
someone's
when they
house
just
and get
pass out.
All right.
super stoned. but-
Those are unintentional, though. Like,
Unintentional sleepover.
yeah, tell your friends, hey, guys, are you friends with 15-year-olds? How old are your friends? What if we find out Mal's friends are high schoolers?
Wow, I mean, that's another struggle.
Look,
That- you
my
should have led
fan
with
base
that.
is very young, you guys. They're going to be 18 soon with their own money.
Mal's like, come help me pick out a suit for prom, Candice. Like, what are you
I'm sponsored
talking
by
about?
Friar Tucks.
Yeah, Mal, just tell your friends not to get you anything.
That's what I've been saying, but
So what did they...
that's my struggle.
And you
I
said
didn't
that-
say that it was like a serious thing, but
So you did
It's a
this
real
last
thing.
year. They asked you what you wanted for your birthday, and then what was the outcome?
I just got a bunch of like Amazon gift cards.
Okay, so that's probably what you should expect this time,
Yeah.
right?
Probably.
All right. Well, there's your talk about struggle.
Thanks for making me feel weird about my struggle.
Talk about
Candace.
non-struggles.
Yeah, I'm tired of these gifts.
My friends are too nice.
Yeah.
You're an asshole, Mal.
Look at everybody has a different struggle, Candace. Fuck. You
No.
get your Himalayan
Why don't
salt
we talk about
from-
your real struggle about it being it's now about to be summertime. It's like 85 degrees outside, and you don't have air conditioning in your car.
Yeah.
And refuses. Caleb, he's been without AC for
5+ years.
Oh boy.
and refuses for
That's
whatever reason.
horrific.
Cars black on black on black.
Yeah, just do your windows down and shit.
I just do my windows
That's
down.
no good when it feels like hot breath outside.
Keeps-
like, what good
It
is
keeps
it?
you humble. You know what I mean? It keeps you humble in the LA heat.
But you could just fix it.
It's like $1,500 to fix. It's not like I ran out of coolant. A rock hit the compressor. I have a hole in the thing.
Oh wow.
And it's not worth it to me. I'd rather just roll the windows down for
The rest
6
of your
months of
life.
the year
The rest of
with
your
this
life.
current car. Yeah. Yeah.
I understand that. I had a car
I
that
don't.
cost $250. It was like a terrible,
car?
terrible car. And anytime I would take it to get fixed, the guy would be like, I'm not going to fix this.
It costs more to
He's
fix
like,
than the car's
I
worth.
know it will cost. It's like absurd.
Yeah.
Like, you should just
Just throw it away and get another car.
yeah,
Wait,
get another car this bad.
what kind of
deal with that.
car was it?
It's a 96 Buick Century.
Okay.
It just sucked.
And how
everything on it broke.
how old was it when you had purchased it?
I mean, I didn't get it in 96.
Yeah, no, but like, so it was like probably.
It was old when I got
like
it.
20
Yeah.
years old.
Yeah, it was old.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But the air conditioning probably worked, didn't it?
for a little bit, but then it broke, and I just had the windows down.
And then you just threw the car out.
Yeah.
Whatever, Candice.
I'm just giving Mal a hard time.
Now your struggles, dude.
Yeah. Let's talk.
Let's stop talking about me. Let's talk about you.
Struggle.
We talk about Mal's struggle. We'll be here all day.
Yeah, I have struggles, man. I got this huge dick. I'm sick of it. I got this huge dick. Gets in the clothes don't fit.
Too many women are throwing themselves
I'm
at
getting
you.
laid all the time, and it's chafing. You know how it is.
And in the summertime when it's hot, it's just so much.
I know. Everybody's snickering, looking at my huge dick. I can't take it.
Going to the pool, that must be very traumatic for you.
Oh, I know.
The beach.
It's awful.
People mistaking it for pool noodles all the time.
Yeah, kids
That's not a toy.
Yeah.
Samuel, let go of that man's dick.
Samuel.
I don't know why.
Oh, man. That's a good name for
You could tell he was in trouble,
the
too, because his
dick
friends
grabber.
call him Sammy.
Yeah. Dick grabbing Sammy.
He thought it was a noodle.
Yeah.
So stupid. Wait, is that your real struggle?
No.
No, I'm kidding.
My dick's never caused a problem.
Well, we'll have to really ask your girlfriend to get to the
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
truth
she'll,
of that.
Call in, Babs. Oh, no.
Wait, is that her name?
Yeah,
Babs?
it's Babs.
Barbara Babs? You call her Babs?
I call her Babs.
Hilarious. Were other people calling her Babs, or did you start that?
Other people said it.
Okay.
She told me to say it.
Just call me Babs.
I don't think I'd be that confident to just start calling somebody Babs.
Right.
Look here, Babs.
That's a bold move right there. That's very bold.
My
that's-
friend, her mom is Barbara, and we call her Babs.
Yeah, I think it's a fun nickname.
It is fun.
Yeah, it's like, come on, Babs.
Babs.
It's retro.
Yeah,
It's
It
very
is.
hip.
fun name.
Babs.
Yeah, but I was thinking about it. I was thinking about all my struggles. I was writing them down.
Like, what am I?
And I was
Dealing
trying to
with today.
remember, because I wrote them down today. I was thinking about
Oh,
it.
you have a list.
I have a short list.
You're the first one that's come in here with a list.
Prepared, and we like that.
We like that.
Okay, number one, it's because there's a big one at the end, but there's a few that are little. Listening to regular people. You call them
Yes.
civilians.
Yes, let's
and
talk
because I
about
feel
that.
like it makes, you know how if you don't work out, your muscles will like atrophy.
Yeah,
Well, I think my focus
same.
has atrophied because I'm used to hanging out with professional comedians. you
Yeah.
know, and they get to the point very quick.
Yes.
And,
It's entertaining on the way.
yes. So, and then, but they also, not only do they get to the point, even if it takes them a while, there is a point.
There is a
Right.
point. Yes.
Because they're used to being humiliated in front of crowds
Yeah.
Right.
often enough that they have to.
Yes.
It's getting pretty, like, I can do it, but getting back into it is hard if you've been, if you haven't talked to a regular person in a while.
Have you been like forcing yourself to talk to regular people now?
Well, it happens. You run into them.
But sometimes.
Yeah, they're out and about.
They're out and about. They're everywhere. But it makes me feel like a piece of shit because I'm like, who am I that I'm even saying it makes me feel guilty to be like regular.
I know because we
people.
actually have regular people that listen to this podcast.
I know,
too.
and I feel like I made like to
They
even
hate
bring it
you.
up. Of course,
Yeah, but
hate
they
you.
know.
No, they don't. But
But
that's
they're
why
listening
they're
to us.
listening.
We're not listening to them, so they get it.
They get it. They should get it. They
Well, that's
should
what
get
we're going to
it.
discuss it. So, yeah, no, I was just talking to this about with my manager because she was going on a date with a dude, and then she's like, Candice, I just feel like I have a problem because I manage comedians. I'm in the comedy world so deep that it's like even just listening to people, it's tough for me. And she's like, I feel like I'm getting to the point where I can't have conversations with regular people because I do get bored, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I feel like that is the truth. I do feel the same way, but I also feel like that's something that we do have to change our perspective about
I think
because
it's funny.
it is funny, but it's frustrating.
Totally.
Like, and I feel bad even saying this, but I was talking to my mom.
Oh boy,
Is
does
that-
she listen?
No, my mom's like, "What's a podcast?" She would have no idea what a podcast.
Oh, I
even
wish my
is.
parents would. My parents are going to listen to this right now and be upset that I said shit.
Do your parents listen to your podcast?
Way too many of them. Yeah,
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're listening to this.
No, I guarantee my mom has no idea what a podcast even is. But I was talking in this app, and this is not the first time, but like it's just because she just doesn't understand what I do. And that's also another issue, is that regular people don't understand necessarily what we do.
Right.
So like I'll have a conversation. It's just like, so anything new? And I'm like,
Yeah.
My salt shaker broke.
how did your show go last night? And it's just kind of like, because to us, it's just our work. It's just our job. And it's like,
Right.
I don't ask for you, what happened at work today. So,
Yeah.
but again, they don't understand that.
Yeah, and I also, to me, I'm so used to the way we all talk. Like, if something is on our mind, we say it. Something interesting happens, we say it.
Yeah.
And you have to pry information out of some people.
Yeah.
And they'll think they can't just start. And I'm like, I hang out with comedians. We just start talking when we want.
Yeah.
And if you're talking, we'll just talk a little louder until you stop.
We'll talk
And then-
over you. Yeah.
Yeah. So jump in.
That is
you know?
the crazy thing when you talk to normal people is like comedians, we have a very natural, like leave an opening and, the next person will sort of jump in that opening. But normal people don't have that opening. They'll just continue talking. And then she said, and then I said, and then wait, no. She said, and then I said,
Right.
and there's no space for you to jump in and be like,
And details that don't matter at all.
at all,
Where
at
they'll
all.
be like,
Dear
"Whoa,
God."
we were on was it Melrose? Were we? And no one. I've never
Yeah.
cared what street anything ever happened on. No streets matter. And they'll be like telling a story about their friend. They're like, and then his brother, what was his name? They're like, no one cares.
Yeah. And for 5 minutes, I wish
He
I could
doesn't need a
remember
name
Yeah.
his-
in this story.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's going to come. It's on the tip of my tongue. Hold on. It's,
Yeah.
was it David? No, it was Adam.
That's what the
No, I
tip of
feel
your
like it was
tongue is
Michael.
for. No one gives a fuck what's on the tip of your tongue. Tell me a story from your head.
So wait, so you're
Sorry for saying fuck, Mom. Mom's gonna
hilarious.
listen.
She's going to be
mad.
why, Caleb? So your girlfriend, she's a regular person?
Yeah, but she gets it. She's like done stand up before and stuff.
Oh,
and,
okay,
like,
cool.
My family's like that. Like comedy people, and you know what I mean. Like people. Most of my friends in high school were all big stand up fans. They understood like how to be. But
How to be entertaining when
how
you're
to-
talking to
yes, how to have a conversation. And
Yeah, because there are totally
really-
there's a ton of normal people that are great storytellers and
Yeah.
like super like good conversationalists, but they're few and far between. Like they're few and far between.
Right. It's
Period.
people that I think that speak like for their job. I've noticed that, like for example, I've talked to people who have to publicly speak. And it's like they might not be comedians, but they know how to keep it moving forward, keep the momentum of a good conversation going.
Right.
But like if you're sitting behind a desk all day and you're just typing on a computer,
Right.
then your, speech skills aren't necessarily going to be up to our standards.
That's a muscle
Right.
that atrophies for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I guess like the average person is not good at talking.
No.
Some people are. Not everyone good at talking is a comedian.
Right.
Of course.
But if you're not good at talking, it's a burden. You're a
For
burden
those of you
in a
who are terrible at
conversation.
talking, knowing that you know that you are a burden to everyone who else is a good storyteller.
But I think now with podcasts and comedy and everything, everyone thinks they're good at it.
Absolutely.
Everyone thinks they're interesting. They'll be like, oh, the
With
funniest
social
thing
media.
happened. And like they just don't understand that it's not for it. And not everyone can be good at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, even you watching Instagram stories and people who are, again, just regular people doing Instagram stories and
Right.
they're just talking to the camera and they're not saying anything. They're
But
not
that's-
saying anything.
Right.
I was going to say that, but that's why though. It's because all the communication is like right here,
Right.
and there's no talking.
Oh, yeah.
The only talking
Are
is
to
to the
themselves.
camera, and nobody's saying anything back. And so,
Right.
in their minds, they're like, "This is great," and it's
Right.
like, "No,
Oh,
no."
I'll be watching and I'll be like, how is 9 seconds this long?
Yeah.
This is this is so long.
How'd you
And you'll
make a
see 'em,
Snapchat?
It'll be
feel
like dots on the top. It'll
Yeah.
be like, this is 30 long
yeah,
stories.
yeah.
Oh,
No, thank you.
it makes me mad. I want to like message him and be like, quit all this. You need to stop.
So do we agree that we think it's a problem that we need to work on? Or do we think that regular people need to work on their speaking skills?
Well, I think it's focus. I don't have a lot of focus. I didn't before, and it's getting worse.
Do you have
because
ADD?
of, maybe. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely my patience. I think everyone's kind of attention span is getting a little shorter,
Because
but
of
it's
social
happening to me
media. Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah.
It's happening to me bad.
What do you mean when you say you don't have patience, though? Like you just get angry and start yelling?
Like I don't even want to watch. I would rather watch 6 hours of 30-minute episodes of The Office than 1, 2. If I see 2 hours on Netflix, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, like I can't.
That's
deal
like
with,
a
that's
lot of commitment. I'm like,
Do you
I
go to
just
movies
can't.
at all? Do you?
I can do that because I'm in the theater.
Okay.
I'm trapped.
But at home.
But at home, like committing to a 2-hour movie, like get out of here. No,
Really?
no
Really?
way. Or if I do, I'll have my laptop and I'll like
Be doing
look
something
up.
else.
Yeah, I just can't.
But what about in conversation?
Oh, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to sustain.
So you just pull your laptop out as they talk?
Yeah. I let them know. That's me giving you the light for this story.
No, I'm listening.
The wrap it up music.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's how wrap it up music goes, but that's how it played in my head.
Yeah, you can't. I don't know. I guess it's rude to say, but it is. But it does make me feel guilty too. Where I'm like, do I think I'm better than people? But I think I am.
Yeah. I was gonna say, well, obviously, yes.
Someone's better than somebody.
I
on Earth.
always hate when people, because I, jokingly have said like I'm better than so and so, but then I've had friends that'll be like, you're not better than anybody, and I'm like, well, kinda, yeah, like I'm better than like a pedophile. You know what I'm saying?
Way better.
Or a serial killer, or someone who is just mean to people on a regular basis.
Right.
Like I've got to go ahead and say I'm better than those people.
And serial killers are terrible in conversation. Terrible.
Or
Speaking
the best
of having
in conversation.
no social
The
skills.
people with the best stories, they should be able to keep me entertained for
So I
so
was
long.
killing this kid the other day,
Oh.
and let me tell you, he put up a fight.
I'm listening.
Like, it's in the details.
Yeah.
You had me at murder.
Yeah.
But what's funny also is that those people that don't pick up on like social cues, like when you're doing everything to get out of the conversation without being like, "Yo, shut the fuck up." Like you're trying, it's like you're like it's on your face, just like I've checked out like minutes ago. You're like backing up. You're like slowly trying to get, but they come closer.
My head's in the door.
Yeah.
Getting
My
closer to
head's
being.
in the oven.
Yeah, come on.
But like they don't pick up and they like come closer because they can feel you walking away, but they think that you're just like walking. They think that's just part of the normal conversation, so they come even closer and they just don't pick up on it. And I'm just like, dude, I'm doing everything but punching you in the face right now. Could you please? But you're not. They just don't. And I've noticed there's a lot of people like that out here that just, and I don't know if it's because they just don't have a lot of people to talk to, or if they really just don't know how to read social cues. I don't know.
Well, I think they got a lot of people out here have the eye of the tiger career thing going on, and they're so focused on that they don't understand, and they have an ego thing too. So they're like, no one's ever uninterested in what I'm saying.
That's very true.
Anyone backing away is probably going to write down that thing I said that was great.
Totally.
They're going to go get a pencil.
100%.
So I think a lot of people
100%.
just don't, they just kind of go insane and they don't understand that it's like
They're less
to think that highly of yourself that everyone wants to talk to you.
To talk to you?
Yeah.
they less participate in a conversation in this city and more just talk at you.
Right.
Until they're done with their spiel.
Yeah, and I can't take that.
No, it's awful.
Yeah.
But what sucks is that with what we do, it's like a huge part of what we're supposed to do with networking and like meeting people. We have to end up in conversations we don't want to have on a regular basis. And a lot of those times, if it's like someone that's supposed to be important, we're supposed to be also saying not like complimentary things about something that we don't even necessarily believe in, because this is someone that could help our career. And I hate that fakeness of what we do, but it's also a huge part of it, unfortunately.
Well, it is work. Like everyone with a real job has to pretend they like their boss a little.
That is true.
And everyone's a little your boss out here.
That is very true, because you don't know where they're going to be in
So
2 weeks, 2 months, or
you
5
have to
years.
be civil to a certain point, because you can't just like, that happens all the time. I'll be talking to Babs and she'll go like, "Oh, did you tell him to fuck off?" I'm like, "No, that was my boss. I can't go around telling people to fuck off. This is show business."
I think we should just start treating it like we're having a phone conversation, even though they're right in front of us. I'm going to have to let you go.
I'll let
at
you
the-
go.
I'm going to have to let you go.
Look at the time.
Yeah.
I have a meeting to go to. It's midnight.
Yeah.
It's about this porn I'm about to start doing, so you know the hours we work are really
Well, it's
crazy.
so crazy because the idea that every second you're available should be spent with anyone. Where it's like,
Should
you
it?
have to have an excuse. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to have an excuse to let someone go. Where you're like, I gotta go.
Right.
You
to
can't
do
just
something
go,
else.
I've had enough of you. I love you, but I've had enough.
I've had my fill, my cup run over.
But you can't do that. You can't tell your mom you've had enough of her.
But the thing is that sucks because we can't just be honest, but it's like, it's just enough for right now. Like, I've had enough for right now. Like,
That's
I just need to go away.
We do that. Like, that's it for me.
Yeah.
You were great.
Thanks for letting me perform here.
Just start giving
my time.
comedian friends the light in conversation.
Please do.
You got
Please
2
do.
minutes, bro.
I think that's why couples, like, they stay together a long time. If you live together, like all these married people, I think that's why they all get sad.
That is why.
Because you can't
leave.
Right. You got to be like, I can't take this.
Yeah, well, that's 100, and that's my biggest fear is like,
Right.
and if I do ever get married, I want to have separate bedrooms. I know it sounds crazy.
No, it sounds very sane.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Most people look at me like I'm insane when I say that, but I want to have, because we just need to have space. I want separate bathrooms, separate bedrooms, and we don't have to sleep in separate bedrooms. I'm just saying there's an option so that if we
Right.
need our space, we can go there.
Just like a 3-bedroom house. That's where you're going to start.
Right.
1 bedroom
Start,
for you,
yeah.
1 bedroom for him, and then the couple bedroom. And then when you start having kids, you add on to the house.
We just
Right.
add floors onto the house. I mean, we don't have to have a couple bedroom. We can just go into the other's bedroom if we want to have the, fun times.
Yeah.
But I feel like it is all about space. And I think that you're right, 100%, Caleb,
Yeah.
that you need to have that to preserve sanity.
Yeah.
I don't understand how people that work together and live together, I'm like, have you not killed one another?
I know. This just happened today. Well, I hope she'll listen to this probably too, but I think it's true. My girlfriend's in Petaluma right now. and
Where's that? I don't even.
It's North
sounds
California.
lovely. It sounds
Northern-
lovely. It's got petals and
Yeah,
lumas.
Petaluma. What
It sounds-
up?
yeah.
Sounds great. And she's having a good time. It's like with her work. She works for a brewery. She's having oysters. She's on the beach having beers. It's a big,
Oh,
fun,
nice. Yeah, yeah.
like retreat thing. It's great. And she texted me today. It said, "Wish you were here," and I was like, "You do?
I'm
Why
tired
would you
of me
wish
right
I
now.
was there? You're gonna see me tomorrow." What do you mean you wish I was there?
Do you talk about this on stage? Because that's funny.
No, I probably will.
That's very funny.
But that's baffling to me.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
how
you
much of me could
miss
you
me?
possibly want?
And you guys live together, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
How long have you guys been together?
Boy, Obama's first term. It was like
Oh, wow.
2012,
Oh, wow.
early 2012. Yeah.
And how long have you guys lived together?
Boy, I don't know, some amount of time. Some amount of time. Probably the 4 years, something like that.
Wow. And
Yeah.
are there times, well, she's going to be listening to this, huh? So we can't.
Yeah, but
Are there ever times when you're like, I wish I had my own space?
oh well, yeah. I'll go to the bathroom.
Is that where you go? Is that your man cave? When
No,
you.
but that's what I love about because I was talking about this yesterday too. I have comedy, so I go do that
Yeah.
every night, and it's great to have your own thing. But I did a tour last year with my best friend Adam Christie, funniest guy in the world,
Oh,
Canadian guy, and so we toured together. We shared the rental car, sharing these hotel rooms. And it was great, and we're still best friends. But it was a hard month because I couldn't even get rid of him, and like I do with my girlfriend, and just go, I'm going to a show.
'Cause
He
he's
was on
with
the
you.
show.
He's
Yeah.
like, oh, we're
He
here
was on every show.
together.
I was with him every second
Yeah.
for a month, and I was like, if it was another month, it was going to be
Our
bad.
friendship's over.
Too much.
Right? It's
Too
like
much.
you can't have that much of anybody.
Yeah.
You can't.
It's true. That's not normal. It's not natural. We weren't built for
Especially
that.
traveling too. If
Yeah.
you've never traveled with that person before,
Oh yeah,
It's a
it's
deal
rough.
breaker.
Very rough.
yeah. So that's a thing I think about a lot, where it's like you can't take that much of anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Yeah. But so do you believe in marriage? Like, or not believe because it does exist. I always don't like when people,
Right, right.
I don't believe in, well, you have to, like it exists. So, but do you think that it's a good idea?
For some people, yes. I
Yeah.
believe it makes sense if you live in a small town where you know like 30 people.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. So you pick one. But if you know a lot of people, eventually, well, it just seems crazy to be like everyone like they go, oh, you have marriage. Because so when you have kids in the marriage, you're together. So you can't, when you want to split up, you stay together for the kids because you will want. So everyone just kind of admits that you want it to end.
But,
And they're like, but don't do that.
right. Because you got these
'Cause
people,
you got these kids.
these people you made.
But yeah, I think if you don't have kids, it seems like weird.
Do you want kids?
See, that's interesting because I probably at some point will. It seems like I will. I used to think girls were gross and then I didn't. So it's like now I guess maybe one day I'll want kids, but I can't imagine wanting it more than show business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's better than everything. Like I don't. Everybody's got kids, but not everyone does what they want.
Exactly.
So I'm like, I would rather just not have that thing ever.
Right.
Because I feel like I would have to spend a lot of time. I would either have to be a terrible dad.
Yeah.
Or just do comedy never.
Yeah. That's
How old are you?
26.
Oh, okay.
You're a baby.
Right. So why would I want a kid? What am I doing with that?
You're a baby. You're barely a person.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't think people who are 25 and under are people yet.
No, I don't
You've had
feel like a person.
no life experiences yet.
I've never done anything.
Oh, I didn't know you were such a baby.
Yeah, I don't struggle. I'm a little kid.
Oh. I'm watching. I don't know if you guys have watched. I just started like binge watching Ray Donovan. Have you guys watched that show at all?
I've seen a couple of
I've heard adults talk about this show.
Liev Schreiber. Adults.
Adults love Ray Donovan.
I'm telling you, I got
Oh, adults love Bosch.
And kids say the darndest
adults
things.
love that shit.
Everything that's streaming on Amazon.
You watch NCIS?
No, I don't actually. I think you have to be a parent to like that. Like parents, like my parents love Law and Order. Like they love it.
I like Law and Order though.
Yeah, but no, parents get sucked into it.
Parents love it. Well, that's the parent title of all time. Law and Order.
Ding, ding. Whatever that noise is.
Rent and bills.
My parents record them. And then we'll have, I think
like they're going to not be able to find it.
Exactly.
It's the most popular.
They record them and they've also already seen every episode. So it's like they're recording things they've already seen. But what I was saying with Ray Donovan is that because I've talked about this before on this podcast, is like, I don't know if I ever want kids, and marriage, I have no idea. But like family is overrated. Like,
oh yeah,
I think it's
the
way
reviews are in.
They cause problems. Yeah. Like I'm watching Ray Donovan, and the premise of the show is that families are more trouble than they're worth. Like Ray Donovan is now involved in like kind of like mob type stuff as a career because his father was shitty and he was like molested when he was a kid, but everybody in his family.
Spoiler alert.
Oh.
You learn that on the first episode. Like, you learn all of this, like, immediately. But, like, everybody in his family's fucked up because of, like, his father being, like, a piece of shit. And now Ray has got to clean up everybody's messes he's responsible to take care of his family. And it's just like, they're just burdens. All these people that you're making are just burdens on everybody.
Yeah, I want less. That's why I don't like gifts, is because I don't want things. Because then you have that, now you have to have that thing and keep it and deal with it.
Now, thanks for this thing. It's just taking up space in my apartment.
Exactly.
That
I don't want anything.
Are you a minimalist?
Yeah, but it's not I just don't like I don't like responsibilities.
Yeah.
And why would you go buy a problem? You know what I mean?
So you don't like pets either? I
have a cat and a girlfriend. And that is all I can bear.
That's all I can give.
That is all I've got to give. A wife and a dog would be like, God, whoa. No.
One of you guys has to
kid
go.
is like crazy.
Yeah.
I can't, I can't imagine. Even just like any new thing, even if it's like Spotify, I still won't pay for that. Because I'm like, every month I got to pay for this? No. $3 a month? No. I got to remember another password? Like, fuck that. I want less.
Yeah, I feel sometimes guilty about being as selfish as I am with my time.
Yeah.
Because I know so many people are like, you don't want kids and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I love my life. Like, I love my life. I do. Yeah. I love being able to sleep in if I want to. And like, I was thinking the other day, I didn't feel good over the weekend. Like, I had this terrible headache, and I was like, I had to work through the headache. Like, I was on set and I had to work, and then I had shows. And then I was like, if I had a kid and had to come home to a kid right now, being as exhausted and having this headache that I have right now, I would lose my shit.
Yeah. Oh, it's terrible.
And they don't go anywhere. They're there. They're just this person now I have to take care of.
And then they don't like you for like most of their life.
Most of their lives.
It's like, why would I pay so much for that?
Most of their lives.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, anybody who's thinking about having kids, watch Ray Donovan. Watch Ray Donovan. Because it's like, I know that's the extreme, because they come from an extreme. It's obviously for television, but it's like it's just so much responsibility, and you have no control. When you see what those kids are getting into, like one of the kids starts dating her teachers, and it's like, I don't want to have to worry about this.
Right. Yeah.
Mal's like, just don't send your kid to a school with a pedophile
Like,
teacher.
what?
But that could, if you have a daughter, you have to worry about that stuff.
Oh, yeah. And then if you have a son, you're like, oh, he's going to do terrible things to people's daughters.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just, there's no way to win. There's no winning.
It's just a lot of stress, man. And again, I like my life. I love it the way it is.
Yeah, so I don't understand people doing anything. I don't know. I don't know why anybody does anything. All right, let me look on my list of other struggles. Sleep is the second one. I'm glad you said that because I sleep like way too much. Like it's
like a cat.
Like I'll sleep till noon and then be like, okay, so that means tomorrow. If I slept till noon today, I'm gonna go to bed early tonight so that I won't sleep till noon tomorrow, and I'll do it again. I'll sleep 12 hours. I just can't.
You'll go to bed at midnight and wake up at noon.
I love it so much.
Look, I'm not gonna.
I love it so much.
Sleep is the best, but like, I feel like certain people are built. Like my sister wakes up early regardless. Like she'll just wake up, even if she goes to bed at like 2:00 in the morning, she'll wake up at like 7. Like, and that's just her body is set like that.
No.
Mal, you were talking about this the other day
If I'm
when
not
you're on the road.
if I'm not in my own bed, my body will wake up at 7:00.
But he's still in his 20s.
Yeah.
We were talking about,
baby.
you'll get older and you'll notice that your body wakes you up earlier, and it's annoying.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Oh, it is terrible. Don't get older. Just stay where you are.
I don't think I'm gonna get older. I'm not gonna do it. Oh, how about this?
Yeah.
I wrote down people who don't like me. Which you ever, because in comedy you'll be like, you see people and you go, hey, and like I'm a silly, like I'm a little boy. You like we were saying,
Yeah.
I'm not an adult. I'm a silly guy.
Who takes me seriously?
So when it's easy to tell when someone doesn't like me, because people that do like me
who doesn't like
treat
you,
me
though?
like a little puppy dog.
Yeah.
They'll be like, Caleb, they'll put me in a headlock and
give you wedgies.
yeah, because I'm a silly man.
Yeah.
And so like
Man boy.
yeah, so I know really, really fast when people don't.
But
And
who doesn't like you? Who are these people?
a lot of people don't.
No,
care.
Candice wants you to say names.
Yeah. So
Um,
no, you don't have to say names.
Well, I'm bad with names.
That's why they don't like you.
That's another struggle. Well,
Like,
that's
maybe
true.
because I've introduced.
I think your
myself to
name
them.
is the least important thing about you. I don't understand why people get so hung up on it. Like, oh, I don't know. Like, I'm not even curious what people's names are.
Yeah.
It's the least interesting thing about anybody is your name.
Is your name?
Like, tell me a funny story. Let's get it going. Like, I don't want to sit here and talk about your name and where you're from and how far that is from the other city. I was there once. That's the most boring shit on earth to me. And I don't even want to do it. And when people are like, I'll be like, where are you from? And I'm like, Royston. They're like, oh, is that near Lawrenceville?
This accent that you're doing?
I got a cousin in Lawrenceville. He's got a tire business. Like, shut the fuck up.
Well,
I
it's
want to
funny.
talk about something else.
I had a conversation with what was the guy's name? How perfect timing. What was his name? He's a comic, older comic from I think
His name
New York.
doesn't matter. Tell us the fucking story, Candice.
It's about. That's why I was doing that, you imbeciles.
That was a good bit.
I hate both of you right
That
now.
was a good setup.
What
and
was
then
his
you got
name?
over
He
there.
was a comic from New
Tell us
York.
the story from your head, not the tip of your
Damn
tongue.
it.
God
But he
damn
was
it.
saying how he got. So he was telling me a story about how he came to the comedy store when he was a younger comic, but still like doing really well. Like he had a name for himself, whatever. People knew who he was. And Mitzi was like, "Do you want to come showcase for me?" And he went up and showcased, and the guy that brought him up, the host or whoever the comic was that brought him up, messed up his name, and he got really mad and he yelled at the comic and said, and the host came up to him and was like, "Why are you so mad?" And he said, "Because you fucked up my name. That's all that we have in this industry," meaning like all we have is our name. So I just wanted to throw that at you because in this industry specifically, it is like our names are important. Like if
That's your brand.
it's exactly. So like I understand your point because in the grand scheme of things, it's just a name.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it is like that's our fuck. It is like I don't get mad, but I do like when somebody has me on their show and they make a flyer and you misspell my name and it's like just Google it.
Yeah, it's
like
so easy.
on my Facebook. Like just how easy would it be to just Instagram Candice Thompson and see? Because it's out there now. Like you're tweeting and you want me to retweet this? I'm not retweeting it if you misspell my name.
Right, yeah.
100%. So it's like, I understand your point, but at the same time, it is for us. It's our jam, is our name.
Oh, it's very important to have like, and that's why I always thought about changing mine because no one says it right. But I don't know.
They say your first name right.
Some people fuck that up.
How? Caleb.
I'm totally in
Caleb?
agreement with you.
Is that what I'm trying to even think of another way to say Caleb?
One of my friends, I thought he was doing a bit
Caleb?
for like years. He said Caleb, and I thought he was just fucking around like, Caleb, what's up, motherfucker? Like, I thought it was like
he a black
bit.
person?
Yeah.
Of course.
And I thought he was kidding around. And then he told me one time he heard someone introduce me as Caleb, and he goes, "Your name's Caleb?" And I was like, "Yeah, I thought you were fucking around." He's like, "Why didn't you correct me?" I was like, "I thought I was laughing every time." I'm like, LeVar thinks my name's Caleb. That's funny.
And it's so funny for a black, it's like just so in tune for what a black person would do. It's like, let me try and make his name sound cooler than what it is.
Right.
Like, he's like, oh, this can't be Caleb.
Yeah, I don't like it when he
I'm
calls
gonna
me
say
Caleb
Khalid.
now.
DJ Khalid.
DJ
Khalid.
Khalid.
DJ Caleb, I don't eat pussy.
Like, that's such a, can we talk about that for a minute? Because that is such a high school mentality to have. And for those who are listening who don't know, we're talking about when DJ Khaled came out and said that he does not go down on his wife.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
Like, what are we talking about?
I just learned that information.
That's also 100%. That means 100% she cheats on him.
I mean,
There's no way she doesn't.
it's kind of a necessity.
It's like crazy.
It's kind
That's
of
insane.
necessary a lot of the
There's
time.
guys who do that and their wives cheat on them. So she is definitely cheating on him.
definitely smashing somebody else.
Right. And he's like, "I'm a king." I'm like, "Yeah.
But
yeah,
like
you're
to
a
say
king."
that and
You're
to
a
say
king.
that and so casually and to make it sound like it's a thing that's okay to say, but yet she's expected to go down on him.
Yeah.
And it's like, that is such a juvenile way of thinking. That whole, nah, I'm just out getting mines. Like, what are
Right.
you talking about? This
Where
is
did
your
he
wife.
say that?
Publicly, like on Twitter or something. He said it on social media. We're probably on Snapchat
Well, maybe
or
it's
something.
like, people say things when they got an album coming up.
Just to cause controversy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This cunnilingus controversy from DJ Khaled.
Another
Yeah.
one. Congratulations, Candice. You played yourself. That was album promotion.
Yeah. Well, it worked. I mean, we're still talking about it.
But I mean, maybe, and maybe, when we're judging other people's relationships, we don't know. We've never been there, right? We don't know what's happening in their household.
Well, I know it's not happening.
Right.
I know it's
Exactly.
not. I will judge the shit out of him. I think that is insane.
It is insane. It's selfish. And again, to
Right.
brag about it like it's this thing that you should be proud of is kind of sad.
Well, it's like, what? Why not do it? Did he do it? Like, what's the worst thing that happens from doing it? Nothing bad.
Nothing.
You make someone very happy.
Yeah. Or maybe he sucks at it and then realized it wasn't working. So he was like, I don't do that anymore.
It's not that hard to figure out. It's
Hey.
not that hard.
Maybe she.
Hey,
maybe
where do you
she
want me
shamed
to?
him.
What do you want me to do down here?
Right.
Okay, I'll just more of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just wrap it up. Wrap it up. Even if it's not, if it's not working 100%, it still feels nice. It doesn't feel bad unless
Right.
he's like chomping. Right.
Yeah. No teeth is the one rule. All right.
No teeth. Okay.
All right. So here's my next struggle: is I don't eat pussy. Is that weird? I
have
can't do it.
Did
It
you guys-
burns.
Did you guys
My-
plan that?
My
No, very
doctor
good.
told me I have a pussy intolerance. so I can't.
Right.
It's gluten, dairy, and no vagina.
Gluten, dairy, and pussy.
It breaks me out.
I'm allergic to certain pollens and pussy.
And pussy juice.
Pussy juice.
Titty juice is fine, but pollens
You gotta get like
and
a
pussy
shot
juice.
with a little pussy juice in it to build up your immune system.
This went a little bit. Your parents are going to be listening to this. Caleb.
Candice, you
Khalid?
picked
I
this
said
line
I
of
don't do it. What, are they gonna get mad? My mom calls me up and tells me to start.
What was the big? What was
not gonna
the?
happen.
What was the big struggle?
Oh, the big one is conflict in general.
Why am I on your screensaver?
That's my favorite thing to do is wait to see how long it takes people to see. You see that?
Wow.
I like to wait and see how long it takes for people to notice.
And you know what's funny is that I looked down and then I out the corner of my eye, I was like, that kind of looks like me. And I was like, is he dating a girl that looks kind of like me?
This is Bab.
I saw it from here. I was like, okay, his girlfriend's pretty cute.
I think it's funny, and I like to get a headshot.
He must be in
looks,
love. He's got his girlfriend as his background.
He's been on his phone and I've been noticing, and I was like, okay, he just has a picture of a woman. And then every time I became a little bit more curious because then I was like,
Curious is what she says. Nosy as.
yeah. your eyes automatically when someone's got their phone.
It's
in
really
their hand
fun
and
because I could tell you were like, it was something.
Is that?
That's a nice long play, though. I like that.
It just
You
looked like you
asshole.
smelled something burning. You're like,
Yeah.
He
oh, I love
got
doing
a
it.
photo of me on his phone.
My favorite
That
bit.
is his.
I've been
wallpaper.
doing it a lot. I did it to Dave Ross. Didn't notice at all.
At all?
I literally was going like, okay, it's 3:34, and he goes, oh, okay, and he's looking right at. I'm like, that's your face, Dave. He had no idea.
I think I was like your age when I took that photo.
Oh my God, that's
Pretty
awesome. That was good.
I think I was 28 in that photo,
But
actually.
yeah, I did it to a bunch of people.
That's
I do it as often as it's so fun to do.
That's hilarious.
Just watch people. Yeah.
Now I'm gonna do it.
But the big one is just is I have, and I do a lot of jokes. It's like the number one thing. My whole life is around it. Is that I'm like super. You know how when you're playing a board game and someone is like taking the rules way too seriously, and
Yes.
you're like, you're ruining the fun. This
Yeah.
is about having fun.
Of course.
And you are like, I don't see how they don't understand. No one came here to argue.
Right.
Well, that's how I feel about all of life. Like I'm amazed at the amount of conflict people will just
Create.
get into.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When I'm like, there's like 3 or 4 things that matter,
Why are we taking this seriously?
Right.
100%.
and it comes up a lot. Like I was saying with like, did you tell him to fuck off? No, of course I didn't. Like
Yeah,
it's
no.
just everything's like that with me, and I can't like road rage when I'm like, if you didn't get in the crash, what are you still mad about?
Why are
Yeah.
you so mad?
Right.
Yeah.
And people, and in LA, it's people go insane.
You're very grounded,
I guess, or I
especially for
just,
someone who's 26.
well, I've been punched in the face enough to be like, let's not do
Instigate.
this.
That
Right.
does not feel
It
good.
does
Yeah.
not solve problems.
And
It
I'm like,
actually just
that's
makes
where
them
it goes.
worse.
That's where this goes if we keep doing
Yeah,
this.
but
Why would we keep doing this?
Yeah.
I think we're similar sensibility.
Yeah.
I always, before I get mad, I just try to distill it. Like, what is this about?
Yeah.
Does it matter?
Yeah.
And
Right.
like
And not add fuel to the fire.
99% of the time, it's like, nope,
Not a
doesn't
big
matter.
deal.
Road rage, I don't
Right.
care.
Right.
I don't care. I
not
will
worth it.
yell at people till I don't yell, but I'm like, okay, buddy. I call everybody buddy on the
Buddy.
road.
Hey, buddy.
Come on, buddy. Like a little kid, like condescending, like, buddy.
Yeah.
You need to move
I
over,
understand
buddy.
you need this right
Yeah.
now for whatever you're going through
Yeah.
to feel better about yourself,
Yeah.
that you need to cut me off right now, but I'm not going to let it affect me.
I've never used my horn in an angry manner.
Oh, yeah.
On my car.
That drives me insane. What do people think they're accomplishing?
I
with that
don't
horn?
know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh.
I've only used my horn to be like, hey guys.
Right.
Or
I'm
bye.
Here. I'm here.
Beep, beep, bye.
Oh, like I'm outside, come to the car? Like picking up your friends? Is that
That's
what you're talking
aggressive.
about?
No, that's aggressive. Like if you see your friend walking down the street,
Yeah.
I'll beep. Or like when you leave somebody's house,
Yeah.
I'll give a beep beep on the way out.
Yeah, no. I mean, sometimes I'll do it, but it's only because if someone does something stupid, I need to let them know they did it. And
Yeah.
if that's the only way that I can convey that information, like if you cut me off and you didn't know you cut me off, you cut me off. But then there's also, people abuse. I don't abuse the horn by any means. And I also get mad when people, like when you're at a light and it's red and then it turns green and you need to get that little warning because you're not paying attention, little warning honk to go from the person behind you. The people that like lay into the horn to let you
Oh,
know, like that. Okay.
Oh, I
That's
don't.
just insane. I will start honking my horn when there are no guns on Earth, but people have them.
Yeah.
And it's like
You could
crazy
die.
to
and
me.
they're totally down to use
And I'm like,
them.
people, there's no
You could
place on
die.
Earth people
Yeah.
get madder than the road. And I'm
Right.
like, people have guns on them all the time.
All
Yeah.
the time.
Why would I?
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy to me the people that are like acting like things don't happen that are bad.
Absolutely.
Like,
People
even if
that-
there weren't guns, people have crowbars and
Yeah.
bats.
Yeah.
Right, flicking people. I know a friend of mine got beat up because of his road rage.
Yeah.
Beat up.
Oh, it happened. It's crazy. Even without weapons, people can beat you with their fists and
Yeah.
it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a trained fighter.
I just,
So,
That's that situation that you just described, Candice, where like the person in front of me, like the light will turn green, they will not move.
mhm.
It makes me happy because I don't honk. I just make eye contact with
Through
their
the
mirror.
rear view.
yeah.
Because they always look up like, oh, maybe no one was behind me. And then
Like,
there's
and they see you
and then I'm
looking
just
at them
making
like
eye
a
contact with them. Like very
Okay, no,
disappointingly.
there is
like,
somebody.
yeah, and you need to move it
You just
along,
want
buddy.
the disappointment to
Because there
shame them.
some like most people will be embarrassed in their car by themselves, and that's like my favorite
Yeah.
Yeah.
form of embarrassment.
Yeah.
It's when it's not me, but
It's
you
them.
know somebody's
It's their own
taking
shame.
that on their commute.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing that drives me nuts is people who drive like there aren't wrecks.
Right.
Oh,
Like people driving and I drive the speed limit or under all the time.
Yeah.
And whenever someone's
you
in
are
a car with
you're
me,
an old soul.
they go insane. They're
You're
like,
from
why
the
are you
South.
driving the speed limit? I'm
I
like,
don't want to die.
well, it's back to the conflict thing where I'm like, I don't want to die. First of all, I don't want to make anyone mad on the road, but I'm also like, cops exist.
Yeah.
They pull you over
Yeah.
and it's never pleasant.
Yeah, and you're not even like a black person. Like you're very
Right.
and so like I know a lot of black people that drive very cautiously because they know
Right.
that their chances of getting like pulled over or getting shot or whatever are a little bit higher than the norm. So like
I also
to hear
think that's
other people are
being from the
cautious.
South type thing.
Oh, yeah?
I've gotten
Life is slower.
I got 2 $500 tickets in the same month one time.
Ugh.
And I was like, I'm never speeding. I'm never doing anything.
yeah, it's not worth it.
I don't understand people. They're like, you got to drive 10 over or 5 over. I'm like,
Why?
what other
still
law
gonna get
would
to
we
the
be
definition.
fine with doing? Like, it's
Right.
it's not I just think it's insane.
I
Yeah.
keep it 5 to 10 over.
I can't. That's amazing to me. I don't. It's
Because I
so
think
weird. to
here's
hear.
why I do it. It's because California, like speed limits are super arbitrary. Like you'll go from going 65 miles an hour and then all of a sudden the sign's like 75 miles an hour here. And you're
Yeah.
like, oh, awesome. And then in some places in California, it's 80. And definitely in Texas, it's 80 miles an hour. And you're like, why can't we do this everywhere?
Right.
It's an arbitrary thing.
Yeah.
Our cars, like most of us drive cars that are super safe now. There's literally airbags everywhere.
Except you.
And as long as you're sober and in control of your car, then it's like, I'll go 5
I
to
guess
10
so.
over. 5 to 10 over feels like nothing. I've been in the car with people going 20 over, and that feels.
Yeah.
No, that's
Then I
not-
start to
that's
feel unsafe.
I just
Right.
don't. I don't want to give any cop an excuse to pull me over.
Right.
Because it's just I go insane. Like
You're responsible.
I've also asked cops, though, like highway patrol, like, honestly, what is it?
Yeah.
And they're like, as long as you're in that, like, below 5 is like the max for CHP.
Yeah.
But like 10 is like the max for like regular like police officers. But as long as you're going with the flow of the traffic and you don't just stick out, then you're fine.
Right. What difference? Right.
I guess
As long
so.
as
I
shit
just-
isn't falling off of your car, like you know, what kind of car do you drive?
Well, I get pulled over in rental cars a lot, doing nothing. They just like they'll just be like, hey, just
Really?
Oh, all the time. Or they'll be like, your lights aren't on. And it's like the sun is setting. It's not
Yeah.
even dark
Yeah.
yet.
It's not even lights time yet.
I've had them tell me that you're bumping up against the center line there.
What's-
Like my tire hit the center line of the road.
Is that illegal?
What state is this?
Right. I just all the time in Georgia mostly.
Okay.
Maybe it's
Well, I
different
got
in
pulled over so many times in Georgia.
Down south cops.
Oh man, it's crazy. Like I couldn't. And then whenever I got pulled over it was like a day after my birthday. I didn't have the sticker, and I was like, "How long did you follow me till you found the sticker?"
Yeah.
Because you didn't see me go by and go, "Whoa, sticker!" Like you were behind me
You
looking for shit.
Followed me.
Yeah.
Right.
But do you notice, do you feel like, I feel like, I mean, most of my friends who are people of color, like we know where the cops are at all times. Like I
Mhm.
could tell you, like it's to the point where when I ride in the passenger seat in my friend's car, I'm checking the mirror
Mhm.
and I'll know like, oh shit, there's a cop
Right.
behind us right now.
Yeah.
And I feel uncomfortable. And every single time when it's a white friend, we'll turn or the cop will go, like I'll see the cop turn and I'll go, whoa, like that was 5 blocks.
Yeah.
And they're like, what are you talking about? The cop that was right
They
behind
didn't
us
even notice.
didn't even see it.
See, that's insane to me. The
Wow.
level of trust some people have.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, it's still a dude with a gun.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's all that is a guy with. Maybe it's a nice guy, but it's just a guy.
who could get away with murdering you.
He's the only
Yeah.
person allowed to murder you.
Yeah.
And that
And
doesn't
you're
scare
not panicking.
anyone.
Yeah.
As soon as I see cops anywhere around me, my armpits start tingling.
Oh, it's crazy.
Immediately.
I don't know.
Immediate tingle.
And then even just the way my dad will talk to he talks to police
Aggressive.
with that thing like I pay your salary like he doesn't
Oh.
say that, but he has that like thing
That-
spirit.
where
Right.
he'll be like all libertarian like
essence.
why'd you pull me over?
Yeah.
And I'm like don't use
Don't
that
just
tone
let
with
them-
this
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's crazy. I
Just
don't
let
know
them
how
do
people
what they do. Don't escalate.
I was
it.
hanging out with a comic last night after the basketball game. We were on Melrose, and there was a crazy homeless guy, like the kind of homeless guy that makes me uncomfortable. Like I was terrified. We're sitting outside of this restaurant, right? And he's walking by yelling cuss words at us and then also at other just random people walking down the road. And I was like, hey, you guys, maybe let's eat inside. We'll eat inside. It's fine. We'll eat inside. And so we moved inside and we come back out. Then we see the guy leave and we go, oh, okay, let's go back outside. It's nicer outside. Then we go back outside and the guy sees us come back outside and he comes down and he continues yelling cuss words at us. And the whitest of the group of guys that was with us,
Of course.
he was like, I'm going to call the cops. And I was like, that is not an option that ever pops into my head to handle situations. I'm going to call them.
Unnecessarily call the cops.
And he called the cops and they showed up looking for the guy. He was already long gone by that point, but I'm like, I forgot how we got here, but... talking to the cops. Like, I never want to talk to cops.
I don't ever want to have that happen.
Who am I going to call when the cops get here?
Right.
And I'm not happy with them.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when you
More
call.
cops?
Yeah.
That's when you call Ray Donovan.
Yeah, I'm going to call Ray Donovan.
You guys, we have to wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up. What a struggle.
Yeah, you've had.
What a good
You
struggle.
have had a lot of struggles for someone who is only 26.
I guess so.
But they're all reasonable.
They're all reasonable.
They're all reasonable.
Nothing that bad's happened.
I'm literally surprised to hear like how grounded you are. Like,
well, thank you.
Because I don't think we see each other at shows and stuff like this, but we've never like sat down and chopped it up for any amount of time. But like I knew that I fucked with you like immediately.
Oh, thank you. I fuck with you. You're the background on my phone. That's what I tell everybody. No, I'm gonna leave it there until.
But Babs knows you do this, right? So she's not gonna be like, "Who is this bitch?"
Oh yeah, she knows.
She knows that you do this regularly with other people.
Oh,
so
yeah.
she's not gonna get.
Oh, I have
upset.
so many. It's like you could see on the thing. It's like so many.
I'm gonna use this as
all
a
I
credit
do.
now. I made
There's
Caleb's
Dave
wallpaper.
Ross. There's Babs Gray.
Hilarious.
Alan Strickland Williams.
Hilarious.
There's Ever Maynard.
I have to start doing
This is just
now.
this
It's
week.
brilliant.
I do it to everybody.
I have to
Everybody's
start
really fun.
doing it.
It's a great bit, and it's so fun to do, like at a bar when you're like, oh, they stopped serving food in like 20 minutes, and then they go like, what the fuck?
Is that me?
Yeah. Oh, it's so
I'm
fun.
not even mad. I love it.
It's my favorite bit. People always lose their shit.
Keep it there.
Yeah.
When we have you on again in like 6 months, that better still be. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to The Struggle with Candice Thompson. I've been Candice Thompson. You can find me on social media at Jokes by Candice and my website, CandiceThompsonComedy.com. Mel.
Malhall.com, at Malhall on everything, Malhall TV on YouTube.
Caleb.
Caleb Synan. I sell half MDMAs to people, and you can find me at Creepy Mal Hall, staring at a woman.com.
But your real social media.
Yeah, it's Caleb Synan watching cops at YouTube TV, busting these cops. No. It's just at Caleb Synan. Synan's my last name. So
Anything you want to plug, shows or anything? Oh, this is going to, I don't know when this is going to air. Never mind.
no idea.
Yeah. I mean, hold on. Let me think in my head.
Check his website.
We have in 2 weeks. Is that what it's going to
2
be?
weeks?
Because we have, no, not 2 weeks, 3, I think, because we have, Rel came out today. Then there was Thomas Dale, then Simone Shepherd, then you. So 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
Well, then, then this week I'm going to be at the Comedy Nest in Montreal, the 5th through the 7th. So check me out. And I'll be in, this Tuesday, I'll be in Toronto. And if you want to, I don't know where I'll be, but I'll do something and just DM me. Send me a
Slide
nude
into those
picture.
DMs, guys.
Slide into my DMs and I'll tell you where I'm at in exchange for porn. I don't know. But yeah, so come see me there if you're there and it's all good.
Yay! Thanks for coming today, Caleb. We had so much fun. And for your listeners out there who are listening to this and haven't subscribed, do that. God damn it.
Yeah.
Subscribe and tell people about The Struggle. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time. Bye.
Later.
Hell yeah.